No, okay, wait, that's not what dogs do. That was a weird introduction. Hi, Sheeples. This is Z
Dude,
who's not a werewolf.
so did you? If you howled right now, I don't think I heard it
Oh fuck, no,
because it completely cut off in my
that is
in
way
my
more
like
imagine.
recording.
Oh, yeah, that was what I was going for. And
Uh,
what is up?
and hello, Sheeples. It is the dude with no name. Though this time, I'm gonna call myself the only thing I know in dogs, and that is
Yes, let me guess.
husky.
Oh fuck, Hassan. Dude, I totally thought you were going with Patfoot.
Oh, you know what? That wouldn't have been a bad one. But then I've already done Padfoot, I think, before this.
Done Patfoot makes sense. If
Yeah.
Mr. Potter, if you're listening to this, yeah, we're sorry. We mean this with utmost respect.
Yeah.
But
Um.
hey, Sheeples, we're doing like a fun shortcast. I mean, we're intending it to be a shortcast. I don't know how it's going to go, but we're doing this fun thing where we're just going to get all of y'all into like vitamin A, which is basically, oh, we're going to do cats and dogs. And yeah,
Uh.
just like cute attractions, as my friend Jyotsna had coined the word. Jyotsna, if you're listening to this, you are officially crowned as the inventor of the word cute attractions. Yeah.
Now that's a sweet thing to say for dogs and cats and everything around. Oh my god.
Yeah, we,
Cute
we need
tractions.
we need some fucking vitamin A, man. There's no way where we're gonna have human contact, and like if that's what it takes, go out there, fucking feed a stray dog or a stray cat, cuddle
I
with
was
them,
about to make a very stupid joke right now about human contact.
go for it. We're all about
I'd rather not.
we're the
Because
experts of stupid jokes. You know what?
you know the thing
People
when you
in
make your
case
hand sleep, like your left hand sleep, and then you do
oh,
something.
okay. Yeah, Sheeples, in case you didn't know that, we make inappropriate jokes all the time. We just cut them out, so you don't think we're inappropriate. I don't know if
Should
this
I?
is going to make the cut, but if you listen to this, then yeah, that's
I mean, it's a stupid joke. I don't think I mean,
you know what?
hopefully not.
I don't think many people are going to get it either. They're just going to be like,
Yeah. You know
okay.
what? If you get it, you have a mind like ours. Let's
Yeah,
just say that.
you just like, yeah, have that
Yeah.
exactly. Yeah.
And you're gonna find me really stupid for it
Yeah,
anyway.
whatever
But
you are, you know who you are already. You own yourself. Yeah. So
yeah.
we're doing cats and dogs, and we have just one burning question, and that is cats versus dogs, and to which I want to answer, and I want to say, why do we even have to choose one? Like, what is this eternal debate that plagues people? Like, I literally know people who's like, of course I'm joking, but whose biggest burning dilemma in life is, dude, am I a dog person or am I a cat person? I don't know.
So are you a dog person or a cat person,
Dude,
Z?
name, I've swung on both sides. I am a swinger. I don't know how that makes me sound, but what hooked me onto the game was dogs, because they're the more commercially attractive. They're a better Instagram currency, and I don't know if I'm saying
Uh,
something scandalous, but I got into the game with dogs, and I gotta make a pretty big disclaimer out here. I am totally into indie breeds, and I think that's an oxymoron because
okay, here's a question. What are indie breeds? Like I'm okay.
yeah,
Before we continue, I just gotta say
yeah,
I'm very noobish in a way or dumb about any cat breeds, dog breeds,
to
anything related to animals because I don't know why. Like I'm just one of those like somebody tells me a dog's breed and I'll be like, yeah, I know what you're talking about because I don't want to feel dumb. Or I don't want to seem dumb. But in my head, I'm like, abhi dhundna padega, bro. Like I'll have to search for it on Google,
no,
whatever this
but
poster
trust
said.
me, your lack of knowledge is actually the best thing ever. And then I'll tell, and we'll dial back to why I said the word indie breed is an oxymoron. So indie is just really a nice, dignified, hipster way of saying stray. Okay, and
All right.
stray is another nice English word for raste ka. And in case you're a non-English listener, you go back to stray. Okay, why did you even wonder what raste ka means? So
Yeah.
basically, if you're not from India and you're listening to this, I don't know how it happens in other countries, but in India we have a lot of street dogs and a lot of street cats, and I
Yeah.
have no idea what the source is. but I'm pretty sure the source has got something to do with our houses were all forests at one point, and we decided to come in and like burn those forests and make buildings and fucking stupid urban structures. And
That
now
was
we're
the reason.
calling the animal strays, huh? When we're
Yeah,
the
yeah,
original encroachers. So
yeah.
basically, we have a lot of street dogs and cats, and it's weird, but in India, very few people are attracted to street dogs and cats. And here's why I'm
Hmm.
saying that, dude, your ignorance towards breeds is gold, is because uh, I am a strong advocate of loving indie dogs and indie cats. Like
Right.
love dogs and cats that are abandoned. Love dogs and cats that are orphans, and love them because they've got nobody else for them. And I don't want to take this discussion into like a sad, droopy place, but there is this whole plethora of breeds, and the problem with breeds is that uh, even if you want to be aware of what kind of breed looks a particular way, you're just encouraging the breed culture, which is basically just
Right.
getting religion into animals. And now everybody can relate to what I'm saying, because religion is, yeah, not the best thing that happened to humans. But
That's quite the statement
yeah,
to make.
I'm just gonna stop there. But when we talk about breeds and cats and dogs, it's basically like getting the religious system to cats and dogs. So when you talk about husky
Right.
or Labrador, or like a Malteser, or when you talk about a Persian cat, or you talk about a calico, you're basically just
Hmm.
trying to segregate. Like, it's just a simple category. There are dogs and there are cats, and there is no need to funnel down further into it. But people do that all the time, and it's because it makes great Instagram currency. I mean, like, if you put up a photo feeding a stray dog, or just like smiling with a stray dog, versus a photo with a husky, I don't have to tell you which one will get more likes, right? Like,
Sad to think about though. Like I honestly, and this is something I've always felt. Like I'm one of those people, I guess, like who's been ignorant to the whole fact about stray dogs and all that stuff. Like because I've never like
proud of you for that.
what?
I'm proud of you for that. You did a good job.
Oh, thank you. The only like the one thing I feel about like there are so many cute dogs, and when you see them suffering, like it feels so it hits you, man. Like
True.
honestly, like I'd rather I don't want to see such like animals who are like who don't have to go like suffer and like be treated in the way they are because just because they've been on the streets
Yeah.
like it's not their fault that they are living in the environment that they were born in. Like it's not like up to them. It's just something that is, and we kind of sadly don't treat them right. I'm happy to see that there are so many like shelters now that are starting to come up and are helping
True.
such animals, especially like recently on Instagram as well. I've seen a lot like more people speak out about helping animals here and there, and like say they found a dog like that was abandoned on this on
Hmm.
the road or something, and they'll like put it on their story or something that please come and save this or help this or someone like adopt this poor
Correct.
puppy or dogger. And if that's I think a really sweet thing that's started to happen.
True.
And just to put it out there, like Z himself does like a lot of kind of animal activism work kind of thing. He'll always be
Do the
out
basic
there
awareness.
helping different strays and he also like lets them into his home and kind of lets these animals actually like kind of live a little bit for some time inside his
People
place.
are going to see the photos. My house is like an orphanage,
Yeah.
and it's the exact opposite of an orphanage, because I know orphanages are like dark places that people have like wrong associations. But like my thing has been like, this dude speaks too highly of me. I'm doing a very simple thing. I just feel that the fact that someone's on the street and you're in a house doesn't mean it ends there. It means, whenever you're in a position that more is relatively higher and more privileged, I think that's a responsibility, and it means that you have to work towards helping those who don't have the same opportunity. And I know that these might be idealistic thoughts, but these are the ones that I live by. So I have always had the choice between having a house fur baby, or a pet. And I did have a rabbit, a little bunny, for a brief period of 7 years. But that's a
That's
different
cute.
story.
What was the name of the bunny? Just
Her name
asking.
was, oh fuck, she had so many names. She literally had multiple personality disorder because we all used to give her, like, someone used to call her Choti, someone used to call her
Oh,
Chipsy, she called her Zeus.
Gypsy. Oh,
Like,
that's so
there's so many
cute.
fucking names. But dude, one myth busted. All
Yeah.
rabbits don't like to eat carrots, for sure. So
Oh, okay.
that that thing ends with Bugs Bunny. They fucking love greens though. So my rabbit didn't go like, what's up, doc? She didn't go like that. But I've
Yeah.
been
So
of
you were saying,
I've been of the school of thought that ever since Gypsy, passed on, never
right?
got a permanent official fur baby at home that's mine. Like, I hate to use the word pet, but people resonate with that. I've never got a pet at
Right.
home, and I've always felt that it's better to open up my house to multiple animals for small periods of time rather than just have one for the rest of my life or the rest of their life. And
Right.
that's why I keep taking in these people. But again, I don't want the discussion to go towards, like, street animals and fostering. Is just a small digression, and as usual, that too. But yeah,
It's just something that we always want to say because
yeah.
if we
We'll
can,
actually
let's help, right?
do a nice episode on that. We'll do a nice
Yeah.
episode of indies and like knowing more
Oh,
about.
you know what? Let's plan something out, Z. Once the
Sure,
quarantine is done,
sure.
let's like, maybe if any of you sheeples want to join us, please do. We would love to have people on with us, and like let's go and maybe spend a day at a shelter or something, or and like we can help a few animals here and there.
And
Maybe
we'll
help
just
like
like
do a
we'll cook up a lot of food and then we'll go and feed as many as
yeah,
we.
and do an adoption drive if possible. But let's see. We'll work on it.
Yeah, we will just whatever little ripple we can make. But
Yeah.
primarily, this pod was intended to like inspire the awes in many people. Like, and back to the burning question, like cats versus dogs. Like this
Uh-huh.
has been like ever since I've been a kid. I think this question and it comes up on many first dates, and people like somehow tend to want to judge you on the basis of, are you a cat person or are you a dog person?
Uh,
And it was easy when I had an answer for that, but now I'm like, why do I have to choose? Like, why can't you just be a animal person?
yeah.
And so yeah, that's the thing, man. Like, if y'all have a personal favorite, great. But I have like a small insight to share with you. Like when I was a dog person, I always found it very pestering and annoying within myself that why I didn't like cats. And I get it. Cats are a confusing species to understand, and
They're gonna take over the world soon.
yeah, no, yeah, they've already. What do you think? Pandemic? Oof, nothing. It's just cats. But I'll tell you this one thing, okay? There's a reason why people very naturally, and I would say that the majority is sort of skewed in the favor of dogs. I'm sure there are many more dog people than cat people, and I was one of them.
Hmm.
And I'll tell you why it's easier to like dogs, okay? There's this heavy English word called anthropomorphize, okay? Which basically
Right.
means it's the human ability to understand non-human things in a human way. And to paint you a
Right.
very simple example, when we look at a dog and we say, I love you, who's a little cute boy. Okay. And the dog wags its tail. Now, we don't speak dog, and the dog doesn't speak human. So, there is no logical way of interpreting what the dog does and what it means. But we look at a wagging tail and we're like, oh fuck, this means he's happy. Okay. We look at like
Uh-huh.
a dog jumping and running towards us like, oh fuck, this means he's happy. Koi legit, there's no legit. I'm
Mm.
sure there's a limited amount of research in that space, but there's nothing conclusive peer reviewed that proves that a dog doing X means Y. Because
So
like I
is
said,
there really
fundamentally,
not?
no, no. I mean, I've gone through some of the findings, and I haven't come across that article. But if anybody listening to this has it, um, I think a lot of the behavior is assumed by us to mean, of course, yes, that they like you and that's why they come to you. But I think the degree of the interpretation is vastly different from the truth. Like, I would say that if the dog likes you too, we interpret it as 20. There's like a vast amount of difference. But
Uh-huh.
like I said, we anthropomorphize. So when we say I love you to a dog and the dog wags his tail back, yes, that means the dog is happy, but it doesn't necessarily mean that the dog is saying I love you back. But we like to
Okay.
interpret it that way. Now, when it comes to a cat and you go to a cat like, oh, I love you, cat's gonna be like, fuck you, bitch. What? Stay
The
away from
cat
me.
wouldn't give a crap.
Stay away, you servant, like you peasant person. So
No, no, but like I've heard cat like pet fur baby like adopters. I'm trying to be
as
sensitive to that here.
no, dude,
I
it's
was I
okay.
was about to say cat owners, but then I'm like, nay, let's try to make
Cat
it better.
parents. If anyone's listening to this and we use the wrong words, we're open to the fact that we make
Yeah,
mistakes. So please call us out.
yeah,
Just
yeah.
don't cancel on us, okay? Please.
Uh, that's what's happening to 2020.
I know
But
cancel.
either way, like I was gonna say, like I've heard a lot of, and this is something I came across on the internet, especially on like places like Reddit and 9gag, where people were posting about their own like pet again, sorry, their cats,
Yeah,
like who they have at the homes, and like they showed like they don't just randomly like scratch you and all that. If you say like there are cats that will genuinely come and sit next to you, give you like those caresses and like go across you, and like they like to sit next to you and touch, have like be in contact with you at times, like
got
but that all depends on how you treat
yeah,
the cat when they are at home with you. Like
correct.
if you treat them with like fear and all and those kind of things, or if you don't like have that relationship with them, they themselves will also be wary of you. But like what they were talking about is like that relationship that people have with their dogs, you can have with that with your cat. It's not like
Correct.
it's impossible.
You're right. But the problem why people pick dogs again is because dogs reciprocate back in ways that we
Mhm.
can understand. And then I think that's important to say that they
Yeah,
reciprocate in ways we understand. Okay.
yeah,
It does not mean that cats don't reciprocate in ways we don't understand. We just think so. If a cat is being distant, it means it doesn't like us. I mean, couldn't it be like the way cat psyche works? The farther it stays from you, the more it likes you. I mean, it could be that, right? But a part of, see, because humans understand humans and we try to extrapolate that understanding on species that are not human also. And I'm not saying there's a certain degree of truth to a dog coming to you means it likes you, but there's a lot that we don't understand. And
yeah,
I think people need people to say I love you back when they say I love you. I mean, like, this is this bare, deep-seated human need that if I say I love you, you hear I love you back, and that happens with dogs in a symbolic way. But when you say that to cats, it doesn't happen in the way you'd expect it to, and that's why there is this naturally distant treatment we give to cats. And dude, you know that grumpy cat meme, right? All cats are not grumpy. There was one cat
true.
that was grumpy, and now the internet thinks, just look at that media created impression of cats, right? And we just spoke about it a while ago. That cats are mean and they want to control the world, while dogs are just dumb and they want to love you. You know that whole thing is very media created, and unfortunately we tend to buy into it. But I have come across super, super, super like super lovely and cuddly cats, and I've come across super cold and distant dogs. So it's not all black and white, but cats have a beautiful nature to them. Something that I really admire about cats is how independent they are. The reason why now I shifted more towards cats, like I basically play and feed a lot more cats than I do dogs,
Yeah, yeah.
is because how magnificently independent cats are. Like, I'll tell you what used to happen when I used to feed some dogs near my house is, there's a two-way street near my house, cars
Yeah,
going both ways. So I used to have
yeah.
to go on the other side and feed a dog. And I would feed that dumb boy, and then I would be
Hmm.
crossing, and before I know it, the dog has crossed with me. I'm like, what? Now go back. But he's not going back. So I make him cross.
Yeah.
Before I know it, when I'm crossing back, he's crossing back with me. So I'm like, I
That's an
have,
infinite loop.
dude, I have spent so many countless half-hour periods of my life just making a dog cross back, and like, I looked so stupid to everybody out there. But that's
Oh
just
my
how
god.
I don't know. Like there are some psychological research reports that, and this is beautiful. Okay, if you're a dog lover, you're gonna love that. There are some research reports that say that actually dogs think of humans as little puppies, little babies
My
who can't
God.
take care of themselves. Dogs think we are
Cute.
the ones who need care. And look at it that we think of
Oh,
it as the dog needs care. So while I was thinking that I need to take care of the dog and make him or her cross, the dog was actually thinking that it needs to make me cross. And that was beautiful. But
amazing.
also a bit needy. Like, like I take time all day to do that crossing back and forth. But dude, I feed a cat. It doesn't even need to be pet. It's just like, fuck off. Like, I got this. You given me food, I can eat food. If it needs to be loved, it will come rub itself against me. But cats are so magnificently independent, man. It's just like it takes a very bold and self-aware person to admire cats because most of us are dependent and needy, and therefore we mirror that in the choices we make as life partners or as pets.
I get that. Like, bro, that I fully like I can see where you're coming from, especially with like the one of those things like you're very right about is like the whole aspect of just the fact that we can understand what dogs like. Oh, well, we can try to kind of understand in our own
You're right.
way, or we attempt to at least. Is the fact that like just seeing that tail wagging somehow brings that happiness to in
मिलता है
your
ऐसा
like
validation like मैं कुछ हूँ
yeah
मतलब ने tail wag किया
like
I am
honestly
something.
like it's just such a good feeling when you see a dog like you and
I
it's like
feel I feel
it
accepted,
has
dude.
its
I
tongue
feel
out and wagging its tail with that like happy looking
yeah,
expression even though we don't know if it's a happy expression like
my butt is wiggling with joy right now just
yeah.
imagining dog shaking its butt. Dude, there are some dogs, when they really like you and they see you from far away, they don't just wag their tail, they fucking wag their entire body and they like just come towards you and they're like left, right. Like, oh, just come here, you man. And it's
uh,
it's it's unfortunate. I mean, I taken so many cats at home. It's unfortunate I can't do that with dogs because it's a little depressing state. But I live in like a society where a lot of other people live too, and
we
there
all
are
live
rules.
in a society.
No, I mean like, oh yeah, you're right. We all live, including the people, including the tea leaves that live inside the bag of society tea leaves. They live in.
Society.
Dude, remember that
Society.
old commercial like, ha 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 ha, like these women like
Yeah.
shrieking, what out? Like, fuck, that was an old
uh,
commercial.
but yeah,
Society.
so
Yeah,
anyway, bad jokes aside.
society. I wish I could take in dogs in my house too, but my dogs aren't allowed in my building. Cats aren't allowed
uh,
too. It's just like it's a very, very strong statement when I say they're not allowed to. To a lot of people listening to this who are not from India, this might sound scandalizing. But if you're from India, you know how people in buildings can
yeah,
be, right? Like,
yeah,
they have these strict rules and they try and do everything they can to keep strays out. Like it's just a disgusting word, like strays. Yeah, we don't want to go
yeah.
in that direction. So I wish I could take dogs in home, but dogs are big and then they want to climb on you and then they just like they follow you everywhere, which is good on some days. But cats are like independent. They like come in. You pick them up, you just throw them out like Tom used to get kicked out of the house, and they're okay with it. Don't want to come back in immediately. They'll just go on their way, trotting happily along.
And then
It's
they make it back inside.
yeah, they make it back as well. They primarily come in for food, but that's what they make you think. Like they secretly also like the attention you give, but they come in on the pretext of food and they're like, हाँ, I mean, अगर प्यार करना है तो कर ले. तो, like, but dude, like both of them are so much fun. Like I don't think like if you are either a cat person or a dog person, I'd seriously suggest like reevaluate and just be like an animal person. Like both dogs and cats are very easy. And you know what? I like there are these people who are generally petrified of dogs and cats. And I don't want to give you any advices. You do you. You know what. But then there are people who aren't afraid, but they're just apprehensive. And
In
the
like when you speak about petrified and apprehensive, like I have a story.
yeah,
Um, I really love dogs and cats, but like they dogs at times can scare me when I don't know them.
agree.
Especially like I would love to have like a dog friendo at home or something,
A dog
or
what? Could you say?
dog friendo,
Oh,
friendo.
what? I don't think I've heard of that.
I mean,
Oh,
it's
oh,
just
you mean like a furry baby, a pet? Oh, you're just
furry.
dude.
I'm just calling it a friendo. Like it's my friend.
Oh,
Oh,
dude, kudos to you for like trying hard and coming up with synonyms to pet. Okay, like it's like the whole thing of saying sheeples instead of guys or girls. It's like all over again.
No, so friendo is genuinely a word some people use,
Right.
like here and there. But yeah, I would love to have one. And the only problems usually, like one of the problems my mom usually comes up with is like, you're not gonna be the one taking care of it. I'm the one who's gonna get stuck like looking after the dog, and you're just gonna live your happy life around,
Get
and I'll
that.
be the one like looking at it and
I
seeing
get
how.
that all the time, but
Yeah,
I bet you like all
but
my money on it that if you ever
yeah,
get like a baby at home, your own mother is going to end up loving that
that's
fur
what she
baby.
says as well. Like I'll start loving it. So again, I have another story for that. But
Yeah.
before I get to that, the apprehensive part, why I'm apprehensive for like
Go.
dogs that I don't know. When I was a kid, right, I had gone to Delhi to my cousin's place. It was for I think my cousin's wedding. And we were staying over at one of their guest houses. And what ended up happening was like, so we had to their house and the guest house was just like a street away basically. It was night, and I was just making my way to the guest house alone, and it's a gated community. It's not like dangerous or anything. It's just like one of those places where at night it's just like really dark. And the guest house is a street, just like a lane away. So I'm like, yeah, I'll make it. It's chill. I'll go. And I reach, like I'm walking. I reach near the location that I need to go to. And then there's like this group of dogs, like a pack basically, that's just chilling around next to the guest house. I'm like, oh, cool, dogs. But then I'm also sure that they aren't like gonna like me just like petting them. So I'm like, it's night, like let's just go into the guest house. I'm making my way. As I get close, the dog suddenly like put their head up, and they're like staring at me. Now I am a bit concerned. Ki, is everything okay? Did I do something? Like I take another step, one of them starts growling. I take another step, they start barking, and then suddenly I see like these six dogs chasing after me
Oh,
at like in the dead of the night, and I'm trying to make my way. Like I don't want to get bitten. No, run, and it's just like little old me making my way back to my cousin's place, trying to like not get bitten. And so, luckily I ended up like running into one of my cousins there. And like he's a big guy. So the thing is, I was a kid, so I was like really tiny. He's a big guy with an imposing figure, so like he just stood there, and the dogs didn't come nearby, and they just ran back. I'm just there like petrified of like, oh, I want to walk alone. I please take me to the guest house, because I can't, like I'm too scared of the dogs this time. So that one experience is like always going to be like, I don't know if I want to go near the dogs or not.
that is I can completely see how it would create a stigma, and you know what?
Oh yeah,
It completely justified. Know that you are not without reason to be afraid, and you gotta take your time, man. Like a lot of
yeah.
people genuinely take a lot of time to come out of this fear, and I am definitely one of those who's not gonna be like, "Arey, kar la, kuch nahi hoga, aja, aja, aja." You take your time. You have to build that comfort level again.
Yeah,
And I am not denying that there are some crazy exceptions to dogs and cats, that would. I mean, I've heard, again, these are things I've heard of. And just to be open and objective, I will admit that there might be dogs and cats that want to attack you. But for the most part, and I mean like 99 point, like 999% most part, they don't bother you if you don't bother them. Like, but that's weird. Like
Yeah.
sometimes when we meet the outlier, when we meet that 0.0001%.
Honestly, like that one 0.001%
Yeah, yeah.
or whatever it
See
might
that
be, like
it.
whenever we get to them,
Yeah,
I think they have been through things that like
true,
make them do that.
true,
Like,
true. Like
I don't think it's yeah,
that I mean, and that's the thing. But as it's weird, and it's a little, it's also a little unfortunate that as humans we
yeah.
go like, अरे नहीं हम लोग का है ये planet, तो ये dogs deserve नहीं करते. They have to be put
Not at
down.
all. Like that's a sad way of
Yeah.
thinking about
Some
life.
people like really like some people are cool like you. Like they're like, ठीक है ना, dog fucked with me, ठीक है, that was a one-off. But then there are people like dog fucked with me. You know what? We're gonna put all dogs down, and then that just becomes a bad trip, like a full
Yeah.
BT. And you don't want to
I
go there.
mean,
But
I personally want a dog, so I mean, it's
well,
like
I mean, damn cool of you, man. And then to all the sheepers listening out there, I kid you not. I really kid you not. Unless you're somebody who's legit mortified of animals, you know, there is no better decision than adopting a stray dog or a stray cat. And I can tell you with certainty that having a stray dog or a stray cat or an adopted little baby in your house, for a baby, is going to be much better than finding the your soulmate. It's going to be much better than finding your dream job or your passions. Trust me, Sheeples, all of those things like soulmate and dream job, they're just things pop culture sells you. I kid you not. They're just things pop culture sells you. There is a very high chance those things don't exist. But
oh my god.
when you get in like a dog or a cat in your house, there is genuine joy that you will. I mean, there's a reason why they use cats and dogs for legit therapy, right? Like, I mean, we'll share some videos where you have cats and dogs that are used to help people with depression and anxiety. And for a lot of people who are visually impaired, there are specially trained dogs that are literally their soulmate. That they can't function without. Those dogs take them wherever they need to be, and they help them travel. I mean, it's like, I honestly believe that the only unconditional love we will ever receive in our life is from two sources. One is our parents, and the other is animals. I don't prescribe into the idea of it coming from anywhere else. Because, like, animals just give and give and give. Like, all they want is food. And trust me, even if you don't give them food, I don't think they'll be like, hey, मैं break up कर रही हूँ तेरे साथ. Like, no,
Oh my god.
that's not gonna happen.
Z is going to extremes now.
So yeah, ऐसा feel pumped up, ऐसा putting on a show and
uh,
all. But I mean,
but
it's legit therapy. Like I'm genuinely telling you, like there are companies and brands that are spending millions of dollars in their annual
yeah,
advertising budgets on Instagram and
yeah,
Facebook. हाँ फिर भी
yeah.
लोग cats and dog videos ही देख रहे हैं. Like to all the chutias out there who are spending shit tons
Sida,
of money.
Sida to the faces,
See
bro.
that calling you out. Like there is a reason. Look at this insight that's staring you in the face. Every time you go in your explore feed, you will have like it's
Vodafone is the one that's used it well,
dude,
dude.
right? That was brilliant. And that insight is spot on because I have met a pug and the pug's name is Bundle and her mommy's name is Urvashi.
Oh,
Dude, Bundle literally
Bundle
follows
the pug. Oh my god.
खाना बना रहा था. Okay, I was at Urvashi's place. I was with my sister and Bundle, and I was cooking food, and Bundle just came and slept between my feet.
Oh my god. I think I'll die from cuteness, man. Like
Dude, if I would, she would look up and she would just coo, and then she would just again come and sleep between my feet. Not pissed off that to hill क्यों रहा है, none of that, huh? Like
god.
just unconditional. So Vodafone
That's
fucking
sweet.
A. Like they hit the ball out of the park with that one.
Yeah,
But
yeah.
like ask yourself, man,
No,
if
hashtag not sponsored. Like just
I
saying.
wish, I wish we were that big, but ठीक है.
Yeah.
Like but seriously, like why are
Someone
people watching cats and
please.
dog videos all the time? Like cats and dog videos are officially bigger than baby videos. Like and like a baby eating a lemon is pretty fucking cute. So
Yeah. One of the other videos that has been really famous in previous few times,
yeah.
hamster eating food. Hamsters
Oh,
eating food rather.
have you seen that post about this pet parent making the hamster like a nice spaghetti and
Yeah.
cheese?
Oh my god, it's so cute.
Cute
Um,
little plate. Oh fuck, I
did
wish
you
I.
just to add, like I had two hamsters. as pets, rather
Is
friends. Friends.
sad story? Is it a sad story?
No, no, no. I
No.
mean, they lived their full lives. It's not like they didn't
Really.
live their full lives.
Nice.
They did.
Did they watch? Did they watch you in your golden days of Game Boy playing?
Yeah, yeah. Like it was me as a kid, just in my room with these two. Their names were. The funny thing is, like, what I mentioned is like the names. Like I named them for a very specific reason. The names I gave them. At least one of them.
Okay.
So at first I got them into my home. So there are two. Like I named them Scooby and Shaggy. Okay. Uh, Right, and Scooby and Shaggy were really cute, man. Oh my god! Like one of them was like a golden white hamster, and the other one was a black and white like hamster. And oh,
Cute.
I miss them so much. They were so fucking cute. But so the first day I got them, like I saw. So the first thing I saw and the reason I named them Scooby and Shaggy was like one of them like was just touching things when he was at home. And I was like, what could be a good name for this guy? Oh, I know. Shaggy. And the other one was like just the partners. I'm like, why not? Choose Scooby. So Shaggy and Scooby.
Nice.
I'm quite sure I traumatized someone out there.
We gave you a good laugh for sure.
Uh, but they were damn cute. And my mom loved them a lot more than I think she loves me,
Yeah,
because
dude. Mom, don't admit that shit, no.
like every night, and my mom usually wakes up late, okay, so like she'll be up till late and she'll be like doing some work or something, and usually like these hamsters are nocturnal, so they used to be up and my mom used to be up. I'll be the one sleeping, and I'll see, like, if I wake up in the middle of the night, I'll see just my mom seeing these two hamsters just under her legs roaming around and asking her for food and then going back, and she's just chilling and waiting for them to come to her to give them food. Like I'm like, what's happening?
Dude, moms fall in love so hard for
Oh,
hamsters, or any kind of fur baby. It's not even funny, man. Moms
yeah.
fall so hard.
Like, and the thing is, those two used to go to her and specifically like ask because they knew she would give them like something to eat extra.
Oh yeah, they know who's the good cop and the bad cop. They know who's gonna
Yeah,
give them a little bit of food.
but the traumatizing story aside, but they were damn cute. Like, I really miss them. Like they were so cute. But yeah, dogs and cats. Back to dogs and cats.
No, man, I just so much cuteness right now. I have this warm, fuzzy feeling inside of me, and I'm like, this is the best podcast topic we could have picked. There's something about it that just makes you genuinely feel so nice. Like you're
Yeah,
like, damn,
the cuteness is overloading.
cuteness. I hope you sheeples had a good one, man. Like this felt so
Yeah,
good. Like I'm exploding with
it was
like
a lot of fun recording this one, and this was certainly not a shortcast. I'll just say
oh,
that.
dude, I lost track of time. I'm like, yes,
It's 40 minutes at this point, so
crazy.
or rather 38 to 39 minutes now. But yeah, like
Oh,
we've spoken about cats and dogs for that much time. So hey,
hey, that
that was
was a
fun.
good. That was lots of fun. That
uh,
was fun.
but yeah, I think like honestly, we would love to. One of the things we want to hear from you all are if you have any stories about your own pets,
Yeah.
or
You tell them about the whole
you
Instagram thing and wanting like lots of photos, and we want
yeah,
photos.
so like we would love to get some of you, if you have like furry friends at home, and I don't mean the wrong kind.
Whoa, 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 whoa!
uh,
Slow down.
I'm just saying, like, if you have furry friends at home, do send us, like, DM us their pics, or like send it to us through. If y'all know us personally, then definitely send it to us through WhatsApp or whatever you want. Mail it to us. Anything. You can find us on Sheeples People, at Sheeples People on Instagram and Twitter. And you can find us as the Sheeples Podcast on Reddit. Like, just what, we would love to have you all give us these photos so that we can post it on our timeline and show everyone the cuteness of your furry friend, your furry baby, and it's for the world to see. So we would.
Sorry, babe. Peep it out. Hey, hey, you know what? Just ignore my whole crap about if you have a breed dog or a breed cat. Those are my personal views. Okay, they've got nothing to do with yours. And you know what? If you have a husky or a lab or like a Persian cat, all the more power to you, man. Like this is just one insignificant little dude's opinion. So don't let that get
The
to you.
only thing,
Cute, cute,
the only
cute is
thing
cute.
that matters is the love that you give it, and that's
Yeah,
more than
everything
anything.
happens with love, right? So cute is cute, people.
Cute is cute. Just send us the cute pics, and we would love to share them on our timeline. So yeah, we look forward to that. And tell us stories about your pets. Tell us stories about what you, any like memories that you have with your pet, rather furry friend. I keep saying pets. I'm so used to it, and I'll keep talking in this tone. But yeah, so we would love to hear anything, like anything you have to share, to not only with us but with like the other sheeples around us, and like just have that conversation going about, oh hey, see, I have this cute furry friend around me who likes to do this kind of stuff and is very naughty or something like that. So that, and not in the wrong way. Again, you people who are thinking the
Dude,
other thing,
what is
don't,
up with you today?
do not. It's just one of those days, my friend. Like my brain is just not in the right place. um yeah, so I guess that was a fun pod to record. I hope you sheeples had fun listening to it. And this is Husky signing out.
This is Z signing off once again, doing that. Ow.
Ow.
Oh, bye, Sheeples.